Hello, everyone. I hope you had a happy new year and are starting the new year off right with all aspects of your life, including school, of course. So here's my announcements for week 4. Can you believe that? We are going to be halfway through the semester. But yes, this is week 4. So I wanted to jump right into what's going on. Remember that you have an extension on the deadline tonight until Thursday, but we have to go ahead and start a new week anyway, beginning tomorrow. So here are my announcements for week 4. You need to read chapter 8, which is all about cell reproduction, and that chapter starts off with a bang. It starts talking about Henrietta Lacks and HeLa cells. So I wanted to show you the book right here. It's also in the picture down at the bottom of your screen. Henrietta Lacks had a very aggressive type of cervical cancer, and tissues were taken from her and have been used in scientific research ever since the 1950s. I believe that she passed away in 1951 from this type of cervical cancer, but her cells have been used throughout the scientific world for decades now. And the reason for this is because her cells are absolutely immortal. They do not die. They're cancer cells that just keep on dividing and have stayed alive all these years across the globe. So that's a very interesting read. And the book that I just showed you is an easy one for anyone to read. So I highly recommend it. The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. It's written in layman's terms, and it's really has to do a lot with her and her family. So it's a really good read. So I suggest it. And then also read chapter 10, which is all about biotechnology, and ta-da, DNA fingerprinting or DNA profiling, which is right up my alley. And of course, I know all of you have seen crime shows where DNA profiling has been used. So that's also in that chapter 10. You have a short video to watch. So read those 2 chapters and watch the video before you even begin the process of week 4. You have discussion board postings again. And always realize you have an initial post that's due on Sunday night, and then you need to respond to 2 other students' posts by Tuesday night. So the post on Sunday night is to give a recent example of some type of genetic engineering, and preferably in the world of agriculture or in medicine having to do with humans, or plants or crop animals, something like that. What are the ethical considerations for this event that happened? There's been something in the news just in the last month, especially the last 2 months, where the DNA from twin girls was, quote unquote, repaired by a scientist, and then they were born. So they were genetically modified. So that's been in the news for the last 2 months. But there are lots of examples of these. What are the advantages and disadvantages of this application? Is this a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Of course, that's a judgment call. But, tell us, what are the advantages and disadvantages of this? And what are potential regulations that may come about in the future having to do with this application? Should we regulate whether this is done or not, or how it's done? So give that some thought also. And due by Tuesday night is those 2 response posts to other students' posts. The week 4 writing assignment is due on Tuesday, January 8th. You need to write about the Human Genome Project. So once again, I'm sending you to the National Human Genome Research Institute. I have a link right here so that you get good information. This organization is about the Human Genome Project. So this is where you should go get your information. I told you last time in the announcements that I had been there and I had spent a whole week at the Institute, and we saw where the Human Genome Project was actually carried out. So it was just an awesome, awesome experience. So you need to tell me about the purpose and the history of the Human Genome Project. When did it finish? How early did it finish? Because it did finish way ahead of schedule just because of how good computers became. What are the benefits and the drawbacks to having this information, knowing exactly what human DNA looks like? And what will the understanding of the entire human genome mean for us in the future? What will we be able to do with this information? Or could it be used in bad ways? Which, of course, it probably could. I haven't thought through every bit of that because I don't think that way. I always think of the good that can be done. But anyway, maybe you can come up with something. And I think that off of my slide, I also have the week 4 quiz. So don't forget that. I think it's not quite on your screen right there. Don't forget the week 4 quiz, which is very, very important for you to finish. And as always, if you have questions, if you need any help, if you need clarification, you don't understand something, please, 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 please contact me, email me, leave me a message on my phone. I'll give you a call back. Just ask for help. That's what I'm here for. And remember, I love this stuff, so I love having you ask me questions. So please feel free to do that. Okay, let's have a good week. I'll talk to you soon.